Hey everybody, it's me Stacey here at Scrapbooking Made Simple, and it's time for Saturday with Stacey, YouTube number 276. 2018 is almost over and Christmas it's in just a few days. So Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy holidays, seasons, greetings, joy to you and your family. I can't believe this year is almost over. I only have one more YouTube to tape and then 2018 is in the books. And what a book it was this year. Still no house, but improved our shipping. My son is a senior. My oldest son is a senior. There's just roller coaster rides this whole year. Lots of ups, a few downs, but for the most part, just a really great year. No complaints at all. I am looking forward to 2019 and hoping that 2019 brings even more excitement and joy and fun and family to all of us. I believe it has to. I just do. Now today is Friday and this YouTube is going to release on Saturday, and I am taping this YouTube at the very last possible moment. I really mean it, at the very last possible moment. I usually do my YouTubes on Thursday, which gives me enough time to load it onto YouTube, make sure it loads okay, because sometimes it crashes and I have to start it all over again. But I waited till the last moment on Friday because not all the product's here yet. It's on a DHL truck and the DHL truck isn't here yet. I'm thinking at any moment you're going to hear him roll by. Now I have the QC samples that I'm going to play with today, but I don't have the pretty packaging to show you. It is my collection of Simply Defined. It is my next collection of dies, stamps, and Go Press and Foil or foil plates. You can use them with a Go Press and Foil or a glimmer machine or a Crafter's Companion machine. But the actual order hasn't arrived yet, and it's got to arrive soon because I need it for tomorrow. Go DHL, go, go, go. Now, I also have a product that I'm bringing to you that you have seen before. This time it's under my brand, Simply Defined. And you know there has to be a reason for me to go out and create my own product. I don't do it just because I want to. I do it because there had to have been a reason. Either I really had a hard time finding this product, or I felt it was just so expensive that I thought maybe we could do it for a lesser price if we did it ourselves. And in this case, both of them are part of that. It's a hard product to find because manufacturers are slowly but surely discontinuing it, and those that have it, it's kind of pricey. So I'm excited to bring that to you, and I'll tell you the whole story behind it because, by George, have we got a deal for you? I feel like saying, but wait, in the next 5 minutes, because it almost is that way. The product, there was a lost in translation moment between me and the manufacturer and the bottle size. So when it came in, well, I'll show you, but oh my, we fixed the problem and you're going to get twice as much for half the price. I guess that's bottom line, at least for this order until we run out of it, because then we have to pick a new bottle. Anyway, I've got some techniques to show you. I've got fun things to share with you. I've got winter chicken dinner to talk about. Are you ready? We are all going to have to cross our fingers and hope that this loads on time, because it's supposed to go out Saturday morning at 8 a.m. my time, sunny California time, which would be 11 a.m. in New York. And that allows me to do a live chat while you guys are watching the YouTubes. I do not watch my YouTubes back, and I don't listen to what I say. So when I'm live chatting with you, I have turned it off. I'm not seeing necessarily what you're seeing, and I'm certainly not hearing what you're hearing, because it's so weird to see yourself on video, and it's like, do I really sound that way? Or more importantly, oh my, did I really just say that? That's how you know we're not edited. Oops. Anyway, if you join us for the premiere of the YouTube, which is on Saturday morning, then you can live chat, or if you'd prefer not to, you can hide that live chat because I know it can be a distraction. But I am there for at least an hour to an hour and 15 minutes to answer all of your questions. But if you want a chance to be a winner chicken dinner, you gotta post. You gotta subscribe to our station, and then you gotta post a comment on this YouTube. And as long as you keep it nice, it can be about anything. Tell me about your family. Tell me about your day. Tell me if you've had a bad day. You would be surprised how many people will comment and say, oh, you know, the day it'll get better, or I understand what you're going through. So post your comment. Just keep it friendly and not about my personal appearance or my laugh or my voice or my needing Botox or whatever, fillers or whatever. Just keep it kind and we will approve your comment. And then you might be like one of these two lucky winner chicken dinners who are going to get a lovely package from SMS from the last YouTube. Now, do you want to know if you are the winner chicken dinner of Marabou Easy Marble and the Spellbinders embellishments that were 25 cents that I dipped in, and oh my gosh, they were so much fun. It was part of the Spellbinders warehouse sale. Well, if you are Dorothy Mullins, hello, Dorothy. Is that you? Am I zoomed in too close? Am I not zoomed in enough? Hello, Dorothy. Guess what? You're a winner chicken dinner. Oh, I better not do the Carlson. I think that's what they call it. You're a winner chicken dinner. You're a winner chicken dinner. Congratulations to you, Dorothy. You've got a lovely prize package on its way to you soon, assuming you claim your prize. Our other winner chicken dinner is E.L. or L? E.L. Ivins. Hello there. I don't know if you're a guy or you're a girl, but you're a crafter and that's all that matters. You are going to love playing with the Marabou Easy Marble and the Spellbinders embellishments. Oh my gosh. So E.L., you're a winner chicken dinner. You're a winner chicken dinner. Wahoo. Kachoo. All right. How do E.L. and Dorothy claim your prizes? It's so easy. Go to scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Look for the link that says winner chicken dinner. Read the directions. Follow them. Claim your prize, and we will get it out to you just as soon as possible. You do have 30 days from the original air date of this YouTube to claim your prize. Otherwise, they go to the land of misfit prizes that we use for our anniversary sale. And you went through the trouble of posting a comment. Go through the trouble of claiming your prize. It breaks my heart when people don't claim their prizes. So, all right, E.L. and Dorothy, I'm going to put you guys off to the side. Now, today I've got the newest collection of Simply Defined. And I'm excited to bring it to you. I'm really happy with it. And I have a new product which isn't new. You've seen it before, but I'm hoping that we're bringing it to you at a price that is a little bit more affordable. I will tell you that it is finer than microfine. So if you know what microfine is, then you know I'm talking about glitter. I have no intent on bringing out 40 colors of glitter. Right now I have one. And this color is an important color to us because it's really no color. And my glitter is sparkly. It's not bling glitter. It's, ooh, you're kind of shimmery, shiny, happy glitter. What is that twinkling underneath? It kind of has that ooh vibe, not that, oh, I'm in your face, glitter, glitter. No. No, it's kind of on the smooth, cool jazz side of glitter as opposed to the hip hop. And there was a problem with it, totally a problem with it, lost in translation somewhere between the packaging size and the amount that was supposed to go in each bottle, because you buy glitter by volume, by weight. Just like potato chips. And then you open up the bag and the bag is half empty and you're like, where'd all my potato chips go? Well, they all settled to the bottom and you've got half of a bag that's empty and you're like, did they short me? Kind of what happened here. I picked a bottle size, not realizing the amount of glitter that was supposed to go in it wouldn't fill the bottle size, and nobody bothered to say, hey, Stacey, from the manufacturer from where I bought it from, hey, Stacey, you know, you're only going to be able to fill this bottle halfway. So when it got here and I opened the box, because I was so excited, it was like, oh, huh? I I pulled out one, then I'm like, huh? And then I pulled out another one, and I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? They're all half full. That's because my bottle size was too big. So what did we do? We opened every single bottle and we commingled so that the bottle sizes are full. But I'm still only going to be charging what we would be charging if I had picked the right bottle size. So right now, you're going to get double what you are paying for because I cannot bring myself to send you a half-empty bottle. Next go round, I'll pick a new size bottle that fits the product that we were supposed to have. But for now, woohoo! Waha! You're going to get kind of like my adhesive with Stay Put when the labels came in wrong. Anyway, it's a learning process. At least the product is here, unlike the dies and the stamps and the foil plates. Please, DHL, please. Anyway, I'm gonna get started. We're gonna scroll down for today. I do have a lot to play with, and we may get into doing some foiling. I've got dies, I've got stamps, I've got foil plates, and most importantly, I have a technique to show you. And I suppose really quickly, and I know this is super long, I'm sorry, but I want to let you know that we are no longer going to be carrying Copic markers. Copic has announced a price increase, and if you are a Copic girl or guy, you only have, I think, until January 1st to go out and get Copics at the best possible price you can, because then they are going up $1. And so I just can't do it. I can't. So we're going to be doing very similar technique that we used to do with Copics, only now we're going to be using it with Tombows, and we're going to be using it with my glitter and my dies, and we're just going to have a great time. And I'm going to show you how easy peasy it is. All right, you guys. It's me, Stacey. I'm going to tilt on down. It's good to see you. Merry Christmas. I've got my Christmas, well, I don't know. I've got my Christmas shirt on today and my Christmas sweatshirt. All right, down we go. It's one of the rare times I don't have an SMS shirt on. Oh, wrong direction. Okay, and down a little bit more and zoom in a little bit more. Oh, wrong direction. Okay, how's that? All right, let's do what's going on downstairs right now, which is our free in-store make and take. So the Get Well is a simply defined die. Oh, Kim's office is calling me. Hello, Kim's office. I'm sorry, Stacey's unavailable right now. So I've got a simply defined die, and not only is the words and the flowers simply defined, but I made a frame to go around it. So we have Get Well, and we have hello Kim's office. Sorry. Look at, aren't they so cute? So these are simple die cuts that make fabulous, quick, and easy cards that say exactly what you want them to say. Thank you. So this is the make and take going on downstairs. And if you come and join me on a Saturday, you can do one of these. Now this is going on right now, and who's ever down there, they're going to have the opportunity to pick whichever word they want to die cut and use. They can pick the happy day, they can pick the hello, they can pick the thank you, they can pick the get well, they can pick the with sympathy. So this is what's happening downstairs right now. But let's start with how do you get there? All right, so I've got my Get Well die right here, and the package comes with 2 dies. You've got the actual die cut that says Get Well with the flowers, and then you've got the frame to go around it. And the frame acts as your shadow so that you could back it with a different piece of paper. And I think that that's important. When we're doing the technique that I'm showing you today, quite often we've done it with peel-offs before, and you would have to fussy cut that peel off out or just leave it on a solid piece of paper. And that didn't work so well all the time. Sometimes you wanted to trim it out. So here I've done the same. I've allowed for a frame to work with it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I think first things first, I'm going to start with my Get Well, and see, See, this is how you know we don't edit. I am short black paper. Black paper, hello black paper. Well, bye George. I'm back. There's my black paper. Okay, so we're going to start with black paper. Because normally when we did this with peel-offs, and peel-offs are stickers, we usually did them with black stickers. And that way it had the most impact. I'm going to bring over my Sizzix machine, my Big Shot. Need black paper. And I'm going to be using a precision base plate today because this die tends to be intricate. Let me move these off. So I've got a Sizzix Big Shot machine here that I'm going to be playing with. You can use your Cuttlebug, you can use your Spellbinder Platinum, you can use your Vagabond, whatever die cutting machine you have. For the most part, your Crafter's Companion die cutting machine, these are going to work. Now, they are a little more intricate. So I do want to use what's called a precision base plate, and this is from Sizzix. It will work with your Platinum 6 machine, absolutely. And what this does, it allows the die to kind of cut in and bite into the paper so that it comes out super easy. If you've got a wafer die that you're trying to cut and you're going back and forth and back and forth and you're rotating it and back and forth and you're still finding that there's places it's not cutting, chances are you need a precision base plate to work with it. And you will see that everything then just comes out all nice and happy. I'm going to put down my piece of black paper and, oh, plenty big. And I've got my multi-purpose platform that I'm using. This comes with your Sizzix Big Shot, and all of your die cutting machines come with some sort of a platform for you to use. Now I want to keep my platform completely closed. It's got different tabs, and one of the explanations that somebody said, because I thought this should be tab 2 and this one should be tab 1, but I read your comments when you post in YouTube, and you think that they named the top one tab 2 because 2 tabs are down, and they named tab 1 because 1 tab is down. Well, that makes perfect sense. I totally get it. I still think this should be 1 and 2, but your explanation is the first explanation I have ever heard as to why this is 2 and why this is 1. That was a couple of you commented, and like I said, I read your comments. Brilliant. Thank you for explaining it. I need to keep all my tabs closed. I need to put my precision base plate right on top of it with my chrome side up or my black side up. This is the version 3. There's been 3 versions of the precision base plate, and the chrome is the most current. All of them have directions on the back, and that's the most important thing to know. Regardless whether you have the first version of your precision base plate, the version number 2 or version number 3, you don't ever want to be able to read the directions when you're die cutting. You always want them to go flat down against your multi-purpose platform. That's important, no matter whether this be a flat black or a glossy black or it be chrome. You don't want to read the directions. I have got my paper, I have got my die, and I want to use something that, a cutting plate that's warped and old and used, because when I push this through, when I send it through, it is absolutely going to add enough pressure that it's going to warp it even a little bit more. And there's really not much you can do to stop the warping, but go back and forth and back and forth and flip your plates around and over and move your die several times in different areas so it's not always in the center. But I think that's just where we normally gravitate to, die cutting right in the center. Ellison Sizzix recommends that you move your die up here and move your die down there so that your plates are used all over, and that will help with the warping. But I think that that means we have to think about it. And most of us crafters, we just want to do. We don't necessarily want to think. We want to get going. We want to have fun. Now, did you see that I rotated my die 90 degrees? I just did a quarter turn, and that way I am sure that it is all cut out. If you have a really tricky die, you might have to rotate it another time. Let's see what I've got. So I'm turning it around, and you can see where the cut lines are. And that's a good way of making sure that it's cut all the way through before you take the die off, because if I needed to, I still have time to roll it through one, another roll or two to make sure that it has cut everything. Now let's go ahead and let's pop this off. And let's pull that out. And the beauty of a precision base plate, everything pretty much just falls right out. They do not come with your machine. And like I said, they do work with the Spellbinders machine. They don't come with it, but is it a nice tool to have? Yeah, it is. So if you need to put it on a wish list for somebody to get it for you for a birthday, or, well, it's a little late for Christmas, or maybe you're gonna find one under the Christmas tree, you just never know. You'll be very, very happy to have it. All my little pieces just kind of poke right on out. And often, oh, corn guy's here. I don't know if you guys can hear that little horn. There's a corn guy that comes with, he steams corn or boils corn, and then you can put about 1 million different toppings on it. And he's got that little horn like a clown car. And we're like Pavlov's dogs. He comes and he honks that horn, and everybody at SMS, their heads perk up. The corn guy's here. We have to change our break time when the corn guy is here, so everybody can go down and order their corn. It's hilarious watching us. We all file in a nice little line. Same thing when the fruit guy gets here. Okay, so there's my Get Well. It's a simple die, easy to cut. It's clean. It's going to cut for you all the time. And if you have that precision base plate, well, that's going to make your life a little bit easier. Now, what am I going to do with this now that I've cut it? And I still have my frame. What am I going to do with this? Well, I want to glitter, and I want to paint, and I want to color. How am I going to do this? You have to start with a transparent glitter. And that's where my glitter came in. So this is the newest collection to the Simply Defined product line. It is my microfine glitter, but it's actually finer than microfine. And when it got here, that's what it came in at. The bottles are about half full. And I pulled the first bottle out and said, oh, maybe it's settled. Maybe I need to shake it. Yeah, it didn't grow any. And then I looked at all the bottles, and I just almost, if you could have seen my face, it was like, oh. So then I called the manufacturer who's doing this for us, because they're the ones who proposed the bottle, and you buy glitter by weight. I liked this bottle because I like it. It has a nice open mouth, so it's easy to put it back in. And I bought enough glitter. The bottle, or the amount that you're getting, is more than you would get with any other manufacturer who's doing microfine glitter, which are very, very few. And they're getting about $7 a little tub of it, between $6.50 and $7, which I thought is getting really expensive. So what we did to combat this, because I can't just send you a half bottle, is we took all the bottles of the first run and we opened them up and we filled them. We filled them so that you're not getting a half bottle. But we're going to keep the price at what it should be for this amount of glitter. And like I said, this amount of glitter from everybody else is about $7, $6.50, $7. And there's really only 2 manufacturers that I think still have it. And so I'm going to have to get a different bottle. But this is going to sell for $3.99 versus $7. So we're going to give you the full bottle for $3.99, and we're going to call it a teachable moment. my learning into manufacturing. This is a teachable moment, and I'm happy to learn, and I'm happy to fill the bottles and give them to you at the same price. So you're going to get enough. At Microfine Glitter, this is enough to probably last you a lifetime. But it's yours for $3.99 because that's the right thing to do. I can't send you a half full bottle, and we can't get new bottles in time to repackage it. So we're just gonna go with it, and hopefully you like playing with it. Now, what is this glitter? It is a translucent, transparent glitter, which means that when you put it onto paper, you're going to be able to see the color paper through it. Not too much. I mean, you're just going to see a soft hue of that color, but we use this to color on top of. And like I said, this is finer than a microfine glitter. I usually use an ultrafine or a microfine glitter for this technique, but again, it's getting harder and harder to come by. So when I decided to manufacture this, they showed me first off, I could do this in 50 different colors. I'm not planning on having 50 different colors of glitter. Right now, we're thinking just one because I want it for this technique. And I don't want to not buy somebody else's glitter because I'm making my own. I just wanted to make what I couldn't find. So right now it's just one, and I called it Simply Sparkle, and we named it Microfine Glitter because I didn't know another name that was even more fine than microfine. But they showed me a chart and they let me feel all the different grits of glitter. And it's just how they grind it, kind of like coffee. If you like your coffee with a heavy grind or a super fine grind, that's how they do glitter. And so I picked a grind that was even finer than microfine. And I did that for a reason. So I'm gonna take my die. And normally we would have this in a peel-off. You've probably seen this doing a peel-off technique. I'm going to do it just using dies. So that means if you have your own dies at home, whatever dies you have, you're going to be able to do this exact technique with dies you may already own. I know you don't own this one yet. But you may say, oh, I never thought about just cutting my die cuts and doing this. Now, I am going to have to use double adhesive tape. Absolutely. And this is my 6-inch double adhesive tape. You can do it with a 2.5, you can do it with 5. And I'm going to go ahead and peel off some of my tape. This is the same tape that I use. It's Stacey tape, so I use it almost every day in my smaller widths. We use it every day in the smaller widths in the store, but this is the 6-inch, and I'm just going to put it right down on my piece of paper. Right down on my piece of paper. I don't think I can get 2 in there, but that's okay. We'll just do 1. So I'm going to trim that out. And what Stacey tape is like I said, it's a double-sided adhesive so that when you peel this liner off, it is sticky right now. Can you see that? That is sticky, and it's really sticky. Our tape is a little bit stronger, a little bit longer, and a little bit less money than everybody else's, and that's the main reason why we brought it in. So I have got sticky tape right there, and I need to expose it all. Now, you don't want to throw this piece away. This is the one piece that will never stick to the sticky. And we use this to die cut and make masks. Oh my gosh, we do lots of wonderful things with this. So you want to have a nice little bag that you just shove all of this in. And I know you're like, well, what am I going to do with it? Trust me. When you start die cutting and making masks out of it, it's the one thing that doesn't stick to the sticky. I don't know if I'll have time to, and I don't have a second color of glitter, but maybe we'll do this again and we'll come back to that and try that on another day. Now I've got my die, and like I said, normally we've used peel-offs to do this. We've used stickers, but I'm going to take the die cut, and lay it right down on top of my sticky. And then I'm going to peel the piece I told you to hold on to. I'm going to use that to press this right down onto my tape. Now there's a reason why I am doing this. Most people will watch me and they'll say, because I'm going to glitter next, I'm going to glitter this whole thing because I still have sticky. See, it's still sticky. I got to do something on it. Most people will watch me do this and they will say, well, why didn't you put the glitter on the sticky first and then attach your die cut? There's a reason. So let me glitter and then I'm going to tell you that reason. So I've got this all down, nicely pressed. I'm going to bring over my bowl. I'm going to put a little bit of my glitter on. I hear somebody, but not DHL. And I'm going to kind of let gravity feed. Just walk it on down. Walk it on down. I'm trying to keep my glitter contained. See, I am a dumper though. And I'm just going to walk it on down. And where that glitter hits that tape, it's sticking to it. But almost all of it's going to go back into my bottle. It uses very little. So now I can kind of rub my finger over it and feel, do I have any other sticky spots? No, it sounds pretty good. Then I'm going to take my inexpensive dollar store blush brush and I'm going to get all the excess off. All the excess off. Now, you can see, I mean, it's got some sparkle to it, but it's not over the top, and it's super fine. Super fine. Maybe that's what I should have called it, super fine as opposed to micro fine. And I'm gonna be able to grab a little funnel, dump it all back. I just want to show you how much goes back into the bottle because you really use almost nothing. Almost nothing. There we go. I filled my bottle right back up. You really use very little. Now the next thing I need to do is I need to burnish this. I need to take my finger and I need to rub kind of all over. Now I'm not rubbing so hard that it's like, and I'm not rubbing so light that it's not doing anything. What I'm doing is I'm setting the glitter in place so that it doesn't make a mess. And you just need to give it a nice little massage, a nice little rub down. And once you've burnished it, you will see it doesn't come off on your finger. You can dust if there's any left to be dusted off, which there wasn't. And now your glitter is in one place. And it's not gonna make a mess over everything. And you can still see that iridescence coming through it. But like I said, it's kind of on the cool jazzy side of glitter and not the hip hop bebop side of glitter where it's bam, glitter. So now what am I gonna do with this? I wanna give it a stained glass window effect or a coloring effect. And normally we use Copic markers or permanent pens like Bics and Sharpies. And we use a Copic blender tool to fan it out. Because Copic is increasing their price, and I totally understand why they have to, I get it. We just need to keep crafting affordable, so we had to come up with another way to get this done and have it look as good and be as simple. And that was with the Tombow pins. Now this is my set. You don't have to use my set. You can use whatever Tombow markers you want. The key to your crafting though is going to be their blender pin, the Tombow blender pin with the Tombow markers. Now if you already have Copics, can you use my glitter to do the same thing with your Copics or your Sharpies or your Bics? Yes, absolutely. But if you're deciding that you're seeing this for the very first time, or you're not a Copic girl or guy, they're going up to, I think, $8.99 for a sketch marker. Well, you can get all of these for $19.99. They retail for $26, but we sell my set for $19.99. I just think that there has to be a different way of doing it. And the key again is the blender pin that comes with each set. So Tombow has lots of different sets available, and they put this set of exclusively available at Scrapbooking Made Simple because these tended to be the colors that I was using all the time. So they said, well, what if we just make a set for you? I'm like, well, okay, I can live with that. All right, so what am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to take my colors, and let's start with 2. I'm going to take my colors, and I'm going to dab very, very gently, and not a lot. I'm not going to color. I'm going to dab my color in, and not a lot. So if you can see, I've just got a little bit right there. And now I can take that blender that comes, and you can buy the colors open stock just individually. You can buy the blenders by themselves. You don't have to buy the sets. I think they're $2.64 a marker. I think they retail for $3.49, and we do them for like $2.60 or $2.70. And the kits retail for $26.99, and we do them for $19.99. What's important to know about this is no matter what color that tip is, can you see that that tip's got a little bit of red on it? No matter what color that tip is, as long as it runs clear, you're good to go. And this technique is almost as important about what you're taking off as what you're leaving on. So I've got my little bit of red. I'm going to take that and I'm going to start pulling that red out. So can you see I'm starting to pull it out? But now I need to take that red off my marker, my color, because I want to even pull out less. So now I've got a clean blender, and I'm going to pull that red out even more. And then I'm going to clean that off and get rid of that little bit of pink that was on there. And then I'm going to pull it out even more, almost to where it disappears into a white. It's almost about how much you take off versus what you leave on. And I've got a petal done. Now I left a lot of negative space in there. Maybe you don't want to leave that much negative space. Well, on your next one, I can go in and dab, 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 dab. And because I'm on black paper, you don't have to worry about whether you get the marker on your black paper, because the black paper is going to absorb the color of that marker right on in. So you don't have to worry about if you get a little bit on the lines of the die cut. No big deal. If you're using black paper, it's just going to absorb right into that paper. So this time, I'm going to pull, pull, pull. But you can see I left it a little more intense. What if you wanted to go back and make that one more intense? Can you? Sure. All you got to do, put a little bit more color down at the bottom and pull until your heart's content. This is easy peasy, and everybody can do this. This requires very little coloring experience and very little creative talent. It's easy, it's fun, and it makes you feel successful, because when you're doing it, it's like, oh, that looks so good. And we're just using one color right now. I've only used one shade of red. And it's all about the little dots and how much you put in and how much you pull off. It's important that you take off that extra so that your pen is clear again and it just keeps fading out. You're doing your own ombre. What do you think? And it's all on this beautiful subtle glitter, so that when you're looking at it, you see the glitter, but it's not so intense. It doesn't detract. It doesn't take away from your coloring and your artistic flair. It just adds a little something to it. So now I can come here and add a little bit of red here and maybe a little bit of red here and pull it out. And always with the marker, less is more, because you can always add more color, but it gets harder and harder to take that color away. And the nice thing about using the Tombow markers versus the Copics, which will work beautifully, and we used the Copics for years and years and years, because we are on an adhesive, we're on Stacey tape. Copics are an alcohol-based product, and maybe you use, sometimes if you've ever gone to the doctor and they've put a Band-Aid on you and you want to get it off, maybe you've used a little bit of alcohol to help take that Band-Aid, that adhesive off the Band-Aid, so you get it off your arm. Well, that's the same thing that happens with the adhesive tape. If we were using Copics, you wouldn't be able to go back and forth and 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 back and forth. Did you get the back and forth part? Because the liquid that's coming out of your Copic is an alcohol-based liquid, and it's eventually going to start to eat away at the adhesive. Tombows are a water-based a water-based liquid in all of their markers. It's a water-based, dye-based product. So you don't have to worry about how many times you go over your glitter. It's never going to get kind of goopy or eaten up, because that alcohol is never dissolving the adhesive that's holding that glitter in place. Now I could go back and I could make the bottoms even more. I could add even more to the bottoms to give them even more dimension. So there I've added a little bit more, and then I'm just gonna pull it out just a little bit, just to give even more distinction and definition, because that's what you're trying to do, is give a look of 3D without actually having anything that's 3D'd. And you get that by the shading and the shadowing. But holy smokes, artichokes, we only used one color marker to get all the different shades of red. And we achieved that by constantly cleaning. And it doesn't matter that my tip is red, because I'm gonna move on and I'm gonna use another color. All right, so this time I'm gonna use my red down at the bottom, couple little dots, and because this is finer, the glitter is finer than microfine, you could color on it if you wanted, and it wouldn't hurt your nib. I always dab. I'm a dabber. It goes down easier. You put less on. And this time I'm going to take a little bit of my yellow, and I'm going to put my yellow kind of towards the top. And I got a lot of yellow going on there. Now I'm going to go, so I've got my yellow at the top and my red at the bottom of one petal. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to pull some of that red, and then I'm going to wipe off and pull some of that red. Then I'm going to go in there and I'm going to pull some of the yellow, and then I'm going to blend those two colors together. So that my red is going into my yellow and my yellow is going into my red. How pretty is that? And if I wanted more red, I could do another little dab, dab, dab. And I could do another pull, 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 and I could pull that right up into the yellow. And you see, it's important how much I'm wiping off. And I could pull that yellow back down into the red. If I wanted to add a little more yellow so it's a little more intense, the more ink you leave behind, the more intense that color is going to be. And I can start coloring. And it doesn't take a lot of time. And if you're using die cuts, if you're die cutting and using black paper, well then you don't necessarily need peel off stickers. Think of all the die cuts you already have, all the beautiful flowers that you may already own. Now mind you, they don't say get well. But the beautiful flowers and the beautiful butterflies and dragonflies and rainbows and you can use guy things and do guy colors if you've got a little, a fishing boat, or you just want to add, because the glitter underneath is subtle, but it adds just a little bit of shimmer. So I'm going to pull these right into each other. Maybe I want a little more yellow, and maybe just a little bit more red. A little dot'll do ya. And you see me working it off. So pretty. Now, what would happen if I did a lot of red? Let's say I put a lot of red down here. Oodles and oodles and oodles of red. So I've got a lot of red going on down there. When I go to move it, there's a lot there, so you've got to keep taking it off to get any kind of highlight or mid-tone, because ultimately what you're going to end up with, because you've got so much color, is one that's almost the same color all the way top to bottom. And if that's what you want, if you want to go in there and you just want to dab the whole thing red because you just want it to be a solid color of red, sure you can. Absolutely you can. Just know that by doing this, I'm taking any opportunity to really move that color anywhere. There's no place for it to go. You've got to leave yourself some negative space for that color to draw out and be used. I've got to leave something in between the colors that I'm using, that negative space. So I've got some red there, and I've got some yellow here. And could I go and do all my dot dot dots? Sure I could. I could do all my dot dot dots. Dora says I always say things in threes. Dot dot dot. And then I can pull. And then take off. And then pull down. And take off. And pull down, and take off, and pull down. So why did I put that black paper? Why did I put my die cut down before I did my glitter? Why didn't I do all of my glitter and then attach my die cut? Well, no matter how fine your glitter is, doesn't matter who manufactures it, no matter how fine it is, glitter is still a granule. It's still a granule, just like sugar. You can have coarse sugar or fine sugar, coarse coffee, fine coffee. It's still a granule. And I'm putting a liquid to it. These are markers. Inside is liquid, ultimately is what you're using. So if I were to have my glitter down first, and then attach my die cut, gluing it down however you want to get it down, there is still an opportunity, no matter how fine your glitter is, for there to be microscopic little bumps and crevices for your ink to spread out. We want to keep the ink contained inside each little area of the die cut, kind of like stained glass. They build a well around of the lead in the stained glass, and then they fill the color so that it stays contained and it doesn't run out everywhere. And that is exactly what we are doing here, in a much more simplified way, but every bit as creative and every bit as beautiful. Now, what if I wanted to take and put a little bit of red down here, and then I wanted a little bit of yellow over here, and then I wanted a little bit more red up here, and here I wanted a little red over here, and maybe a little down there, and then I wanted a little bit of yellow in the middle over here. Can I do that? Do I have to just start at the top and go to the top to the bottom? No. I can put it all around. It's going to give me a variation of color. So if I start pulling my red and then wipe it off and then start working in some of the yellow and pull that up. Now my petal is going to have, as opposed to an ombre effect from top to bottom or bottom to top, it's going to have an all over. Pull off some of that red, move that in, and then let's do some of this one, which is really red. I'm going to add some more yellow in here, still leaving some space for white for that ink to move. And I'm just blending them together and taking it off and blending together and taking it off. But maybe you want your flowers to be more like that. You have options, lots and lots and lots of options. And again, if you have Elizabeth Crafts glitter, yes, you can do this. If you've got Nouveau glitter, the microfine is better than the ultrafine. You would think ultra would be less, or would be finer than micro, but it isn't. Ultrafine glitter is chunkier than microfine glitter. If you still have some Stampendous microfine glitter, you can do this. I just know that it's getting harder and harder and harder to come by glitter at a price that is affordable. So we wanted to bring out just one color. Oh, that's not a leaf, Stacey. Well, it is now. It is now. We wanted to bring out one color because I use this color all the time. I use a transparent glitter all the time. And I didn't want it to have too much of a bling bling to it. There's lots of bling bling glitter out there. There's not a lot of glitter where you can do this. Yeah, that was supposed to be a petal. Oops. Okay. Well, can we fix it? What if I went in? Because I can, because it's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt my adhesive, my glitter, or my tape, because this is not an alcohol-based product. And I erased almost all of it. Now, so it's still got a little bit of green going on, but now if I wanted to, could I fix my mistake? That's one of the benefits of using a water-based product, is that you can go in there and pull it up and make it better. And nobody ever needs to know that you accidentally colored a petal green. No, they don't need to know. Little dot, dot, dots. Still no DHL. But I hear a gate opening up. Ta-da! Nobody ever has to know. Now normally with a peel off, which is a sticker, and that's what we've usually used, we would cut this out. What did I do with my lid? It's right there, Stacey. Yeah, okay, I found it. Thank you, everybody. I found it. Normally, if this was a sticker that you did this to, a peel off that has an open frame, so you can color it in. Normally, you would then cut this out using your trimmer. I know I'm freehanding it. Ooh. And you would mat this onto your card or your layout or your project or your gift bag or whatever you're doing. But what if you didn't want the whole thing? That's where the frame comes in. Because I have the frame to go with it, I'm able to bring over my Big Shot machine. Do I need a precision base plate? No. I am using a die that is an open frame die, which means I can stick my fingers right through the middle of it. This is not an open frame die, the Get Well. It's got all of that metal, which is going to keep its shape when you put it onto a precision base plate. If I use an open frame die that doesn't have the structure in the middle to hold its shape, you may end up warping your die. Somebody asked, what's the easiest way? Will it ruin your die? No, it'll just warp it and then it'll have a little bow in it. What's the best way to straighten out your dies? You just have to do it by hand. I find that running it back through a machine doesn't necessarily do the trick, but just working it by hand. But again, I don't necessarily mind if my die is warped because I know it's still going to work. So I'm not going to use a precision base plate with this. I am going to grab my cut plate and I'm going to grab my Get Well. You could use a magnetic platform if you wanted. I'm going to line it up. Line it up, put my do not cut plate right over the top, and I'm going to send it on through. And roll, roll, roll. And because it's an open frame die, it really should only take one cut. We are cutting through Stacey tape and glitter and paper. Oh. Easy peasy mac and cheesy. And now I was able to cut the entire piece out, which then lets you decide how you want to mat it. Do you want to put a mat around and then a black mat? That's how we did the ones for the make and take, is that we matted the die cut after it was colored. So I didn't want the whole piece here to be glittered. I wanted it to even be more subtle than what it is. And that's how we did it, by having the frame that goes around the die. And this is made for beautiful cards, beautiful tags. They're a great size. They're not too big and they're not too small. So that is why we included the frame with it. Let me put that off to the side. And then, of course, if you still have this left over and you want to keep it, you may be able to die cut little butterflies out of these pieces. It's up to you what you want to do with it. But you've created something that's really lovely, and you used something that was really very inexpensive. Some Tombow markers. For now, $3.99 for a huge bottle of glitter, microfine, finer than microfine glitter. Oh, I'm getting a reflection in here. And some Stacey tape, some double-sided adhesive, and paper. You've got these things. You can do this. Now, what happens if you don't have a 6-inch roll of tape? That's gonna bother me. The sun's coming in, sun's coming down. Let's see if I can slide a little bit over. What's gonna happen? No, that even made it worse. Holy smokes, artichoke, Stacey. I think it's gonna be what it's gonna be. What happens if you have a smaller roll of tape? Can you still do the same thing? Yes, absolutely you can, without question. So let's quickly die cut out. Let's die cut out the butterfly one. Ooh. Let's die cut out our happy birthday. So I'm going to die cut that out of black paper super fast. I do need my precision base plate with this one. Let's bring our machine back over. Let's throw the precision base plate right on down. Let's put our paper right on top of the precision base plate. I cannot read the directions on the precision base plate. My die on top of the paper and a yucky cut plate. And let's send it on through. I'm going to do a quick rotate just to make sure that my roller has hit the die in a new and unique way, because everybody's die cut, while you all might have the same Sizzix Big Shot as I do, everybody's die cutting machine is different based off of how much you use it. Are you a heavy die cutter and your machine is a little loose? Did you just get your die cutting machine and it's a little tight? Then I can turn it over and I can see, do I see that it's cut all the way through? And then I can pop it off. Oh, I'm going to say no, see, it didn't cut all the way through right there. Let's see if I can lay it right back on. And I'm going to roll it through again. Because I can see, when I popped it off, I saw right away, oh, nope, it didn't cut. And let's try one more time. And let's rotate again and send it on back. Well, I thought I heard DHL, but maybe it was just the mailman. All right, let's take this. Let's see if we're better. Oh yeah, we're better. Okay, but I'm not going to take the time to pull everything. Let's see, do I have one that is all right? Oh, I do. Haha, the magic of TV. I've got one that's all done. All right. Oh, I hear something. I hear something. I don't know. No, he's walking away. Gosh darn it. All right, so I've got my happy birthday by the magic of TV already done. But he's coming back. Oh, and he has boxes. I think that's it. Okay, so here's my happy birthday. Ready to go. Now I'm going to grab my white paper, and this time I'm going to use a smaller roll of Stacey tape, because what if you don't have a big 6-inch roll? I get it. Not every, or a 5-inch roll. Maybe you have the 2.5. What am I going to do? I'm going to lay them down. Now you have an option here. You can either lay them down as tight to each other as you can get it, or you can do a very, very, very slight overlap. If I do a very, very, very slight overlap, meaning I have layered 2 pieces of Stacey tape and the bottom one is overlapping the top one just a little bit. I know that's it. I'm like, look at you. It has arrived. Saturday is saved. Okay, so I've layered it slightly over, the bottom one over the top. Now when I go to pull my top, I'm just gonna pull it right off, and then I'm gonna press it down, and then I'm gonna pull my next one. So why did I layer it slightly over the top? That way I'm sure, is that my happy birthday? That way I am sure that there's no paper in between at all. 0 paper. And now I'm gonna put my happy birthday down. And oh, I got a little bit of a piece of black paper in there. There we go. Put my happy birthday down. Lay it right on down. I'm gonna grab some of my liner and I'm gonna press down, and I'm gonna press down, and I'm gonna press down, making really good contact. And then I'm going to bring over my glitter. I can trim this down a wee bit. And bring over my glitter. And pour, 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 pour. And then walk it on down. Let it just walk right on down and let gravity do the work. Gravity is doing the work. I'm running it right across the top. And then I'm letting it just kind of walk itself on down. And anywhere that it's sticky, that glitter is holding too. And then I can take my inexpensive brush, brush it off. I'm going to give it a really nice burnish with my finger. I'm not pressing so hard, but I'm not pressing so light either. I'm just giving a really nice massage. And then I could start coloring if I wanted to. I could go in here and just a little bit of pink, a little bit of pink, a little bit of pink. And pull that pink on out super fast, get rid of it, pull it out, done. Pull it out, get rid of it, wipe it off, pull it out, done. Pull it out, wipe it off, pull it out, done. Pull it out. And I've almost colored a quarter of my butterfly already. And I've just used one marker. And then I could throw a little bit of my blue here, and here, and here, and here. And I'm gonna keep my same, so I've got my pink on my wings. I've put a little bit of blue down my center. I'm going to keep my same blender pin from Tombow and pull that color out. If I want it more intense, I can add a little bit more. And pull it out. And I am coloring my butterfly. Then when I am all done coloring, and I mean, if I really, really wanted to, I could even just go scribble, 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 and scribble, 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 scribble. Because I'm on black paper, I didn't even dot it. I just scribbled right over the lines, right over the black lines and everything. Just scribbled right over the top of it. And then I can pull it out. Because you're working on black paper, you can do that. And I'm making my butterfly. And then at the very end, I can take it. Oh, that didn't sound good. Oh my, I can take it and bring over my big shot. And multi-purpose platform. I'm going to be using what did I do with it? I'm going to be using the happy birthday die. Is this it? No. No. Let's try this one. Yay! I'm going to be using the happy birthday frame. So I've got my Big Shot. I've got my multi-purpose platform closed. I've got my cut plate. I've got my die. I've got my paper. I've got my frame. I've got my do not cut plate, and I'm going to send it on through. And again, I'm going through paper and adhesive and glitter. So if you're concerned, it doesn't hurt it to go back. It's okay. And there I am. And I used different widths of tape. But when you're finished with your project, it is so very not noticeable. And it allows you to still do what you want to do and still make something just beautiful. Even if you don't have the widest roll of, whether it be my tape or somebody else's, use what you've got. If you've got 1 inch, then do 1 inch strips. Try it, see if it works for you. Try overlapping it and try butting it right up next to each other. My worry about butting it right up next to each other is if you had a little bit of paper coming through that got no glitter. That was my only concern. But it's easy and you can do it. Doesn't have to be a 6 inch or a 5 inch roll of tape. Try what you have first. All right. Well, those just keep wanting to cling together. Oh. They're my magnets that keep my dies separated, but right now they're not doing a very good job being separated. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is that you can glitter with foil. Absolutely. So I am going to grab just a piece of white paper that already has Stacey tape on top of it. And I'm going to open it up, and I have to do something with it right now because it's sticky right now. This time I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glitter it before I do anything else. So I'm going to take a little bit of that glitter and I'm going to let it walk right on down so that it's starting where that glitter is hitting that adhesive, that tape, it's sticking right to it. And I want to really let gravity do as much of the work as possible so that I'm not touching it as much as possible. So my fingers aren't getting totally glittery. And walk, walk, walk. There we go. Then I can take my brush and brush, brush, brush. And right now I've made my own glitter paper. That's all I've done is make my own, gosh, and maybe in the sun I can even, I don't know if I can get a good shot. I don't know, can you see it twinkling? Right now I've just got a lovely sheet of glitter paper, but I still have to burnish. So I'm still gonna take my finger and I'm still gonna burnish, 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 burnish. And you can see it's not coming off on my finger. It's setting that glitter where it's supposed to be. Now I do have over here my Go Press and Foil machine, and I am going to take out one of my foil plates. Actually, I probably can do 2 of them. So see, no pretty packaging today. I have 2 different sets of foil plates. So I've got a set that gives you 2 different borders where you can do top and bottom. So I could run this one here, and then I could run it again here and have that design top and bottom. I have a second one top and bottom. So I figured as long as you might as well get 2 different per package. So I gave you 2 different designs per package. But then I also gave you the matching dies if you don't have a Go Press and Foil machine. I have these in just dies and I have them in just stamps, and they all will work together. But then I did a second set of dies, stamps, and foil plates that let you do this way too. And again, you get 2 different designs per set. So I wanted you to have options. So here you could take this one and do just the top, or you could do the top and the bottom, or you have one that is a little simpler for the top and you could do this on the bottom, or you could do this down here and then, well, you could do, holy smokes, well, there's lots of options. You could do this one on the side and this one on the top and have them marry over to each other. Lots to do. But I'm going to play and show you how you can foil on top of the glitter. I've gone ahead and I've burnished. Now I need to bring my Go Press and Foil machine over. And I think it's YouTube number 269 that really talks about the Go Press and Foil machine. I need to make sure that it is turned on. If it just has a red light, that means you plugged it in. You actually have to turn it on. And this is a heating element. So when I pull it out, it starts to kind of cool down. And when I put it back in, it starts to heat back up. And this is going to go through almost every major die cutting system out there, from Sizzix to Vagabond to Spellbinders. It will fit any die cutting machine that is able to take a steel rule die, a thick die like a Tim Holtz Alterations die. You're going to be just fine. Now I'm going to take, and I bet I can get 2 of them on here. Let's see. So I'm going to take my foil plates and I'm going to put them right on. Ooh, if I do them this way, then I can cut them. I'm going to put them right on my Go Press and Foil, which is a non-stick surface. This is hot right now. It is heating up right now. I'm going to find my foil. This is a heat activated foil. Heat activated, which means that it will not work with a Minx machine or a laminator. It is $2.80 a roll for 15 feet of foil. And when you get your Go Press and Foil machine, there is 2 rolls of foil already in there. I want to be sure that when I'm doing this, I know the right way to put my foil. And if this was your card and you were putting your foil on it and you peeled it back, what would you want to see? Would you want to see the gold, or would you want to see the silver, the yucky silver backing? You would want to see the gold. So the pretty side always is facing you when you're looking at it. Always have it facing you. And then it goes down against our foil plates. And then we add a 100-pound shim folded, a piece of 100-pound paper folded twice for a big shot machine. Everybody's machine is going to require a different type of shim. You have to be willing to take an hour out of your life to play with this machine to find out what shims work best with your machine. The Go Press and Foil doesn't change. Mine is the same as yours. What's different is your die cutting machine. Like I was saying earlier, is your die cutting machine older and you use it and it's a little loose, or is it brand spanking new and a little tight so you won't need as many shims? The next thing we have to do is let this get hot. And this just has a very simple blinking light. When it blinks red, it's not hot enough, and when it turns green, it is. You're going to get used to feeling it, and you can feel the heat coming through, and it's always better to let it get a little more warm than you think it might need. One of the major reasons why foil machines don't work well is, one, you haven't given them the opportunity to play with. You put something down and you wanted it to be perfect the first time you go through, and that's just not going to happen. You have to try it with different weight paper to see what's going to happen, with how long to leave it in there. Your machine, your die cutting machine, is different than mine, and it will require different things. Just an hour of your time to play with no expectation, and the minute it comes out perfect, it's like, ah! I mean, really, you're so excited. Now this has turned green. If I pull it out, I've disconnected it from the heating element, and it's going to start cooling down right away. If I put it back in, it's going to stay hot. It's going to start heating up right away. So when you disconnect, you want to send it through that big shot machine or your die cutting machine. You don't want to let it sit there forever. See it now, it's telling me it's not quite hot enough. I'm going to give it a go and let it go. You don't want to sit here and then go make your cup of coffee and come back and think it's still going to be hot enough to roll, because it won't. Also, when you're rolling it through, you need to slow your roll a little bit. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. We're not die cutting, we're doing a transfer, and that's different. If we were die cutting, we usually zoom forward and zoom back. But we're transferring. That heat has to have enough time under the pressure of the rollers to transfer. So most often when you don't have a good transfer, you've rolled it too fast, you don't have enough of a shim, or you have too much of a shim, or you didn't let it get hot fast enough. But once you get it, you get it. Now I'm going to put this immediately back into my heating element right away. That way, if I decide I want to foil again, I'm not waiting for it to start reheating. It's already starting to reheat. Then I'm going to open it up. I'm going to take it out. And this is what I've got. And then we're going to pull. And I have foil on my glitter. Now, if you think some of the edges are a little bit rough, that's where the foil has been left behind. Like in here, I don't know if I can get you in there. There's a little foil left behind. Take it and just rub it off. Just rub right over the top, and any foil that was not transferred with the heat where the design wasn't, it's going to come right off. But now what are you going to do with them? Well, let's see. I have got the dies to go with. So I have the matching die sets. That way, if you are not a foiler yet, but you love the dies, you can have them because I did them in the dies as well. So this one is this one here. And this one is this one there, but they also have the frames. So I'm now able, if I wanted to take the die set and die cut out my foiled pieces. They also will work with the stamps. So let's bring my Big Shot machine right back over. Let's put this out of my way. I do not need a precision base plate because I'm using open frame dies to get those out. I've got my multi-purpose platform. I've got my clear plate. I have got my glitter paper with my Simply Defined Simply Sparkle glitter. I'm taking the frame from the corresponding die set around each of them. Top plate, send it on through. You can go once, you can go twice, it's really up to you. This is die cutting, so we don't have to slow our roll. I can go as fast as I want because it's just adding pressure to the paper to cut through. It's not doing a heat transfer. And let's see if we got it. And now I have foiled, glittered, die cut. You don't have to die cut the foils out if you don't want to. But isn't it nice to know you can if you do? And again, if you don't have a foiling machine, that's okay. I did the dies that will let you die cut those images if you prefer. And I did the stamps to match. So we did a lot. I know. But it's super easy and it's super pretty. And when you're all said and done, the effect is just beautiful. And it all starts with just a little bottle of glitter. That's a transparent, translucent glitter that gives you that opportunity to play. Now, if I had put this on pink paper, if I used pink paper with, well, I mean, I could have used black. The black will come through. Do I have just a little bit? So if I put this right on a piece of black as opposed to white, and then I peel it off, and I put some glitter on it, and I let it walk on down. Now the glitter's changed color because it's on black paper. Give it a little bit of a burnish. And now look at it. And now I could do the same thing. I could foil right over the top of this and then die cut out. But that black has changed the color of the glitter. This is why I'm saying it's okay to use for guys stuff. Absolutely. Totally. Of course, my gosh, it's so pretty. All right. So I have tons of samples to show you, and I know it's been a long YouTube, but I wanted to show you all you can do. And if you have your own dies, if these are not your cup of tea, that's okay. Use your dies and the glitter to do a similar. It's okay. All right, so first things first, the glitter. We had to open up every jar, dump the 2 jars to make 1, but we're still gonna just charge the $3.99 until I get a new bottle. They will come in, the new ones, when we finally get it, will come in at, oh, I've opened up a couple of them, at about half of what's in a full jar. And that will run $3.99, which is a little bit less than half of what everybody else is charging for theirs. And it really is getting harder and harder to find. We've got the brush tip markers. This is the set that's exclusive to me. There's several other sets, and if you already have them open stock, then use your open stock markers. Just remember, this really does depend upon having your Tombow colorless or blender pen is what they call it. This is important. So if you already have Tombows, you may just want to get a few more of these to have them handy. Absolutely. Then we have the storyboards. So we have thank you. So you've got the die, the shadow, and the 2 together. We've got hello, the die, the shadow, and the 2 of them together. And the collection is called More Than Words, because it is more than words. We've got with sympathy, we've got the die, we've got the shadow, and we've got the 2 of them together. We've got happy day, the die, the shadow, 2 of them together. Out of order. Then, oh, did I miss one? I did. I skipped one. Or did I skip one? Oh, yeah. Then we've got get well. So you've got the die, the shadow, and both of them together. The die, the shadow, both of them together. All 6 words make up the I Want It All bundle for $59.99. That makes each die set $9.99. If there's only 1 or 2 that you happen to love, 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 then they're $13.99 each. But you get it, everything to do the die, the shadow, and where we could, we added a few little things. So this is the I Want It All collection. Then we have the die set that makes up the borders that are longer, the horizontal borders. Of course, it could be vertical if you turn them vertical. So you've got the die, the shadow, and the 2 together. And each set comes with 2 different, you see 2 different 2 different dies, 2 different shadows, and then a bunch of words, congratulations and blessings and on this day and thinking of you. And this coordinates with the foils that I did earlier. So this coordinates with the foils. So you've got the foils that make the same. And then you could take the dies and you could cut them out. And you've got the foiling words. And here's what we've done. We foiled them and then die cut them out. So if you've got a foiling machine, you may want to have the dies, the foils, and then the stamps, because we did it in stamps. Maybe you're just a stamper and you love the stamps. Well, we did them in stamps for you too. And again, you can take the die from the die set to cut them out. So this is one of the hot foil die and stamp sets. And then this is the one we were using. So here you have the die, the shadow, the 2 of them together. The die, the shadow, the 2 of them together. And then I got a lot of words in there. I believe in you, many thanks, happy birthday, friends, friends warm the heart. Aren't that nice? But then this coordinates with the foils. So you can do the foiling. And again, I've given you all the words, so you've got plenty of sentiments. And then if you wanted to foil and die cut. And then, wait, there's more. And then we've got just the stamped images. So if you only wanted the stamps, you could do that. And if you added the dies, then you would be able to cut them out as well. So this is a whole set all unto itself. So we've got 2 sets like that. And then I did a 5x7 set of stamps where you get so happy, wishing you well, praying for you, happy birthday, hello there, and thankful. You get all of these in a stamp set for $9.99. That made each stamp about $1.33. They're big sentiments so that they can go in your card. They can go on the front of your card and just be your card. But they're basic and they're simple, and you've got a whole bunch of different fonts for $9.99. And then Elena was kind enough to put together, just to give you an idea of what can be done. All right, let me show you samples. I think we're starting with Claire. So here we have Claire. Oh, that looks so pretty. And she's got with sympathy. So pretty. And then we've got Claire's version of Get Well. Is this Claire or Doris? No, this is Claire. I think I gave Doris credit for this card. I'm sorry, Claire. Oh my gosh, I love this card. It's beautiful. And that's using foiling paper. And then we've got Thank You. And then we've got Happy Day. And this is done on foam. So she put paper on my foam sheets and then die cut. So it is a pop-up all the way around. The whole thing is on my foam. And then we've got her hello. I don't know, is it me you're looking for? I don't know. Then we have Belinda. And Belinda has done a little birthday card where she took the frame and made the frame actually into a card, and then happy birthday. And then we have With Sympathy, and again she's done a beautiful job. Oh my gosh, Belinda, this is gorgeous. That's a lovely card. With Sympathy. And then we have Belinda's Get Well. And that's just a happy card. That's so nice. Love it, Belinda. And then we have Michelle. And Michelle is got her happy day. And you can see how easy they are to just make a simple card with. They do all the work for you. We've got thank you. And we've got a beautiful happy birthday. Oh, that's gorgeous, Michelle. Beautiful. Then we have Elena. And here's Elena's with sympathy. And she glittered on black paper. So with sympathy, this is Elena. And then I love this. Oh my gosh, how cute is this? I don't even know where she got this from. But look at it, she made her own little easel. Look at how cute is this? It's like a little tin of some, or I don't know where she got it from. Oh, maybe it was on a stick. Oh, I bet that's what it is. Maybe it was on one of those like a pinwheel. So cute. This is Elena. And then we have Elena and her thank you. Talk about gorgeous. And this time she cut the thank you out twice to do a shadow. Talk about beautiful. Last but not least, whose is this? I don't know. Did I show you this one already? Oh, cute, right? Last but not least, I have Doris. And here is Doris's hello. Having that shadow just adds more to it. Having a backing to it, having that frame die just gives you a little more. And here she took the 4 dies to make the square. So those are the small ones. The ones that the small set. But she did this one on top and bottom, and then she used the other one on the side. So she used both that were in the set. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then we have her happy birthday using the glitter and the Tombow markers. And then we have her hello card. And she's got the hello right on the front. Beautiful. And then her get well, which is also stunning. And these she used the must-haves. Beautiful. And she Tombow markered onto paper to get the color. And then last but not least, thinking of you on this day using the foils. All right, guys, I know it was long. There was a lot to go over though. Let me tilt up. Good news is, hello. I guess a lot of you watch me on TV. I learned that during live chat that you watch me on your TVs. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of Stacey. Holy smokes. All right. Okay, you guys. It's me, Stacey, Scrapbooking Made Simple. I know it was long, but I just had to show you everything. I'm sorry. But I hope that you had a good time, and I hope that you saw that with just a couple markers, some white paper, black paper, glitter, you can do a lot. You really can. And you may already have quite a bit of this product in your stash to get started with. Keep in mind that Simply Defined are my dies and stamps and foil plates, and they are a one and done. So once we're sold out, we're sold out. And next week we'll be bringing you kind of a best of Simply Defined, and it's a gotta go. Apparently I loved some of my designs more than you loved some of my designs, so we gotta go, they gotta go. So next week we're taking an inventory right now of what's left. Some things we only have 2 of. Some things, like I said, I loved it more than you, but maybe if we reduce the price, you'll love it as much as me. All right, where are you going to find all of this product? Scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Scrapbookingmadesimple.com. Look under the YouTube Yummy category. And from all of us here at Scrapbooking Made Simple to you, a very, very Merry Christmas, and God bless you for being part of my family. I so appreciate you. I will see you next week. Bye, everybody.